We've covered enough of the fundamentals so far. Well, from a theory point of view, let's get into coding. So I'm going to go over to Google Chrome. I'm going to introduce you to the tool, one of the main tools we're going to be using for the entire course, and that is Google Colab. So the way I would suggest following along with this course is, remember, one of the major ones is to code along. So we're going to go to colab.research.google. I've got a typo here, classic. You're going to see me do lots of typos throughout this course. colab.research.google.com. This is going to load up Google Colab. Now, you can follow along with what I'm going to do, but if you'd like to find out how to use Google Colab from a top-down perspective, you can go through some of these. I'd probably recommend going through overview of collaboratory features, but essentially what Google Colab is going to enable us to do is create a new notebook. And this is how we're going to practice writing PyTorch code. So if you refer to the reference document of learnpytorch.io, these are actually Colab notebooks just in book format, so online book format. So these are the basis materials for what the course is going to be. There's going to be more here, but every new module, we're going to start a new notebook, and I'm going to just zoom in here. So this one, the first module is going to be 00 because Python code starts at 00, and we're going to call this PyTorch Fundamentals. I'm going to call mine Video, just so we know that this is the notebook that I wrote through the video. And what this is going to do is if we click Connect, it's going to give us a space to write Python code. So here we can go print, hello, I'm excited to learn PyTorch. And then if we hit Shift and Enter, it comes out like that. But another beautiful benefit of Google Colab, PS, I'm using the Pro version, which costs about $10 a month or so. That price may be different depending on where you're from. The reason I'm doing that is because I use Colab all the time. However, you do not have to use the paid version for this course. Google Colab comes with a free version, which you'll be able to use to complete this course. If you see it worthwhile, I find the Pro version is worthwhile. Another benefit of Google Colab is if we go here, we can go to Runtime. Let me just show you that again. Runtime, change runtime type, hardware accelerator, and we can choose to run our code on an accelerator here. Now we've got GPU and TPU. We're going to be focused on using GPU. If you'd like to look into TPU, I'll leave that to you. But we can click GPU, click Save, and now our code, if we write it in such a way, will run on the GPU. Now we're going to see this later on. Code that runs on the GPU is a lot faster in terms of compute time, especially for deep learning. So if we write here, NVIDIA SMI, we now have access to a GPU. In my case, I have a Tesla P100. It's quite a good GPU. You tend to get the better GPUs if you pay for Google Colab. If you don't pay for it, you get the free version, you get a free GPU. It just won't be as fast as the GPUs you typically get with the paid version. So just keep that in mind. Whole bunch of stuff that we can do here. I'm not going to go through it all because there's too much. But we've covered basically what we need to cover. So if we just come up here, I'm going to write a text cell. So oo.pytorch fundamentals. And I'm going to link in here, resource notebook. Now you can come to learnpytorch.io and all the notebooks are going to be in sync. So 00, we can put this in here. Resource notebook is there. That's what this notebook is going to be based off, this one here. And then if you have a question about what's going on in this notebook, you can come to the course GitHub, and then we go back. This is where you can see what's going on. This is PyTorch Deep Learning projects, as you can see what's happening. At the moment, I've got PyTorch course creation because I'm in the middle of creating it. But if you have a question, you can come to mrdburk/PyTorch Deep Learning/discussions, which is this tab here, and then ask a question by clicking New Discussion. So any discussions related to this notebook, you can ask it there. And I'm going to turn this, right now this is a code cell. Colab is basically comprised of code and text cells. I'm going to turn this into a text cell by pressing Command MM, Shift and Enter. Now we have a text cell. And then if we wanted another code cell, we could go like that, text, code, yada, yada, yada. But I'm going to delete this. And to finish off this video, we're going to import PyTorch. So we're going to import torch, and then we're going to print torch ... version. So that's another beautiful thing about Google Colab, is that it comes with PyTorch pre-installed and a lot of other common Python data science packages, such as we could also go import pandas as PD, import numpy as np, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Google Colab is by far the easiest way to get started with this course. You can run things locally. If you'd like to do that, I'd refer to you to PyTorch Deep Learning. There's going to be setup.md. Getting set up to code PyTorch. We've just gone through number 1, setting up with Google Colab. There is also another option for getting started locally. Right now, this document's a work in progress, but it'll be finished by the time you watch this video. This is not a replacement, though, for the PyTorch documentation for getting set up locally. So if you'd like to run locally on your machine rather than on Google Colab, please refer to this documentation or setup.md here. But if you'd like to get started as soon as possible, I'd highly recommend you using Google Colab. In fact, the entire course is going to be able to be run through Google Colab. So let's finish off this video, make sure we've got PyTorch ready to go. And of course, some fundamental data science packages here. Wonderful. This means that we have PyTorch 1.10.0. So if your version number is far greater than this, maybe you're watching this video a couple of years in the future and PyTorch is up to 2.11, maybe some of the code in this notebook won't work. But 1.10.0 should be more than enough for what we're going to do. And plus CU111, CU111, stands for CUDA version 11.1, I believe. And what that would mean is if we came in here and we wanted to install it on Linux, which is what Colab runs on, there's Mac and Windows as well. We've got CUDA. Yeah. So right now, as of recording this video, the latest PyTorch build is 1.10.2. So you'll need at least PyTorch 1.10 to complete this course, and CUDA 11.3. So that's CUDA Toolkit. If you remember, CUDA Toolkit is NVIDIA's programming, there we go, NVIDIA developer. CUDA is what enables us to run our PyTorch code on NVIDIA GPUs, which we have access to in Google Colab. Beautiful. So we're set up, ready to write code. Let's get started in the next video writing some PyTorch code. This is so exciting. I'll see you there.